What can I tell you about George W. Bush? Yes, I thought I told you about it, by the lessons of history. Now what I say, what I told you. One, the lessons of history are that if you have a huge and enormous debt and you do nothing about it, you have first economic crisis and then political crisis. Two, if you go around worried about spreading freedom to the world as a whole and letting your own economy be destroyed in the process, you will have economic chaos. The futile search to spread freedom to the world, to involve us in a war in Iraq and in Afghanistan, at the same time you are cutting taxes and running up an enormous debt based entirely on reckless spending, is to ignore every possible lesson of history. Exactly what was done in 1929, exactly what was done in the Solon's Athens, and exactly what was happening in our country in 1786. And the lessons of history is obliquely to learn from the past so you don't repeat those failures. And how the failures of am I telling you now? How the failures of 1929 could have been repeated in this great age of science and technology is extraordinary. People who never should have been in the stock market in 1929 were in it. People were buying cars, refrigerators, big radios, and washing machines with money they didn't have, and they were encouraged to do it. And greedy speculators were profiting enormously. So, that was 1929 lesson. 1919 lesson from Woodrow Wilson is, the American idea of democracy is unique. You're not going to spread it to the rest of the world, and if you undertake so, you will leave the world a more dangerous place than you found it. The world was far more dangerous in 1919 than it was in 1914. Adolf Hitler was unthinkable before 1914. Joseph Stalin was unthinkable before 1914. And yes, sir, with the economic crisis and the unsolved issues in the Middle East, the world is more dangerous in 2008 than it is in 2000. Got your